welcome to episode 24. We're almost at a quarter of a
Look at that.
100. Quarter of 100. So yeah, for those of you that have been with us all the way through, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So we are super excited to be presenting this episode. Presenting with former Prince Charming.
Yeah.
Mr. Chad Westgate. Who
Yeah.
is coming to us live via Nagoya, Japan. Hi, Chad.
Hi, it's 10 a.m. in Japan. So
10 a.m.?
10 a.m., nice and sunny today.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
A little bit cloudy, right?
Yeah, it's all right. So Chad was a former ice dancer from, where are you? Are you from Toronto?
Yeah, well, yeah, I started in Toronto, but I'm from New Brunswick.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Eastern side. Most of my life's been in Toronto, and then we traveled a lot from east to west coast of Canada and then all the way to the Arctic. So.
Okay. So then you went on Disney, where we met you. How long did you tour overall on Disney?
Overall, it was 10 years.
God, really?
Yeah. When did we start? Started with a skating partner that I skated with 2004. 2004 Finding Nemo, and then finished, maybe it's a bit longer than that, eh? Yeah, and then it's 2014, so maybe, yeah, more than 10 years, right?
Yeah, I guess it would be.
14 years.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's nuts. I know, and when I had Andy and Robin on last week, they're at 25 years, I think, right? Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
Yeah, you don't think about it, how long you stay on a...
No, I mean, we did a solid 2.5 years. And
yeah, but, I mean, sometimes a lot of things, you can be 2 years, 1 year, and it can feel, a long time.
That's true. So we made the most out of those years.
We did. We got to meet really awesome people like you.
That's a lot of awesome people. Yeah, thank you.
Joan's telling me that apparently I shared this from Joan's account, so I'm going to go ahead and share this from my account because not nailing it. I'll just share it. There we go. All right, so why don't you kind of let people know, and I'm still curious, how the hell did you end up in Japan? Like, what is the whole story behind that?
Well, I met my wife Sacha. She was a Disney skater as well.
She's nice.
Former Princess Jasmine, right?
Was she?
Yeah. Or Princess Jasmine.
All right.
On I think it was Princess Classics, and then went to D26 after that. So yeah. But after deciding proposal and all that stuff, trying to figure out where we would station. It worked out that Japan would be a good option.
So because you had told me that you met Sachi, and then all of a sudden, like, you're like, hey, I'm engaged, and it was pretty quick though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it's quick, but you have a feeling about it. I don't know. It's something you just can't. I can't pinpoint why it was quick. Sure. It could be wrong, but yeah, it was right. It felt right, and it went for it. And I didn't talk too much about it. I'm a pretty shy person, and
you didn't talk to her about it either, or just
no, we talked, but I don't vocally say a lot, about everything.
Right.
Yeah, want to know you and stuff. And in conversations with you guys, I really open up, and sometimes I don't shut up.
True.
But things I just try to keep, not keep it from anyone. Just when I decided to talk about it, I talked about it.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it was just we hadn't heard about it, and then all of a sudden it's like surprise.
Yeah. It was quick, but sometimes. I'm getting older in my life. I want to settle down for family.
Right.
I was close to 40, 38. It's not old, but now when I now have 2 kids, for me, I think I would like to try to start. I would like to try to start earlier, just because kids do take a lot of energy. Yeah.
What, you're 38 now?
No, 42. Gonna be.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be 43 this year.
Dang. Looking great there, Chad.
Looking good.
It's that October 9th birthday right there.
October 9th birthday. We're the same birthday.
Right.
Same birthday.
Oh,
So, because I remember the first year on tour, we just started really talking more on the tour, and then we're like, oh, we're gonna go for your birthday, and then we picked the Brazilian barbecue, and I said,
That's right. That was in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Right, and then we just clicked, and then just all got rolling, right?
So you guys got married in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I assume that when you guys were still engaged, you discussed like, okay, where are we going to go after we're done with skating? So, and you're from Canada, all your family's there, and she's from Japan, all her family's there, I'd assume, right?
Yeah.
So what made Japan win out?
Well, we had a job lined up to help her with the skating club. And,
okay.
And, I could easily have done something in Canada too. But, given how the visa process here in Japan, I don't want to get into that too much, but, it's a little bit easier than Canada,
Right.
So I think and then experiencing it, how the visa process is going every time I have to renew it. Yeah, it is quite simple. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of stuff that goes into it, but yeah, it works, so versus Canada, I think it would take a little bit, I haven't done it, but I think it would have taken a little bit more of a process to get, family settled in Canada. So we chose Japan. And once I have all the paperwork, moved here in the summer, and then we went to the city office and then filed everything. And then you go and get your residence card. And within a couple months, everything is all settled and done. So it's good because I have a 3-month visitor stay, so I had to leave in September if I couldn't get the.
Oh, this is like 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah. But yeah, like a little bit scary. You're nervous. You don't know. Is it gonna work and so that. But
have you been to Japan before?
Yep, twice with the first tour, Finding Nemo, and then with Let's Celebrate or D30 or Carnival. What was it? The Carnival. They had another name for it when they came to Japan. A lot of names you have to switch because they don't translate.
They don't directly translate
correctly, or they don't. Like you don't do pumpkin spice latte here. You do pumpkin pie latte. They had that one time.
I love that. That's what you went with.
Pumpkin pie. I was like, yeah, pumpkin pie. Can you put an espresso in there? Because they don't do espresso. It's just like fluff and kire and all the sweet and all that stuff. I'm like, put some espresso in there. Get it. Yeah. So yeah, they spent it up.
So when you first got to Japan, I mean, I assume when you got here, did you speak any Japanese?
No. And everyone's like, wow, you're going to a new country and you don't really speak much language. Then, things like, I wasn't, when we toured here, didn't do much about Japan. And so, yeah, I know I have friends and people that knew me too, like, wow, you're going to Japan, you're marrying in Japan. Yeah, but inside I'm internalizing everything, which I do a lot. And I wanted to go for it and experience it. It's been a blast. I've never turned back the page.
So when you first arrived, what was that like? I mean, obviously, you had Sachi with you, so you had an instant translator, which I would assume would be very helpful.
There's the first thing is shoe etiquette, and
that's the first thing.
Yeah, that because I'm just used to just walking right into a facility and like just go right. There are a lot of places, especially I know in Nagoya, is you have to take the shoes off, you have to put the slippers on, and then there's all the different greetings, and we just say hello, how you doing today? Well, they don't really ask how you doing today. They just konnichiwa, onegaishimasu. Like you just walk in, or ohayo gozaimasu. So it's a little different how I want to speak. Like I want to know things and I want to express myself, but here it's you just cap it all into one word, hello, konnichiwa, and that's fine, you're good.
That's perfect for me. I love it. Fine, thanks.
Right, I'm always asking the kids that come into the studio here, I'm like, genki desu ka? But you don't really ask that. You just say, konnichiwa and onegaishimasu, you're ready to go, and start training.
Sounds
but,
like
I just like to make them feel, welcome and warm, I guess. But how you how you say it in their culture, that feels good for them, So it's just different how it translates through. But yeah, so the biggest thing is greetings. When I started work with the ice at the club, you have to go around to say hello to every coach, right? You have to pay respect to everyone.
Yeah.
Whereas back home, yeah, I say hi to everyone at the coach's office, but you look.
Russians do that too.
What's that?
That's a Russian thing too, as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just a sign of respect. Just say hi to every coach. Coaches all greet each other, and the kids have to go up and say hi to every coach.
Kids do the same. Yeah, the kids do that. I'm so surprised. I'm like, I feel awkward because like you have 25 kids just skating by. Konnichiwa, onegaishimasu. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Just go. But I like it.
Put some money in it.
What's
hold your hat out and be like, oh, it's $1 or it's a yen or whatever. So is it every store that you have to take your shoes off, or is it just some?
Yeah, I mean, most of them. I mean, every place of business. I mean,
not a shopping mall.
Not a mall.
Store, you have to take your shoes off for every store.
Like some of the restaurants. You'll have to take your shoes off, put the slippers on, and walk in. Where I would just walk right in. And then some you can walk right up to your table, but then you take your shoes off right in front of the table and lift your feet over, trying to get them into the cubby hole kind of thing. Because everyone does.
How are you, Chad?
Title daijoubu desu ka?
You're like
yeah,
what?
like, okay.
Yeah.
Chad's like what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah. How tall are you?
185 centimeters, so
which means nothing here.
I know.
He's like 6'2", 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah. He's just a big German lad, and
yeah. So like
him,
in Japan.
There's some pretty tall people here too. Like I don't feel tall, but
oh, you don't?
I don't know. But my wife goes, "You stick out," so I always knew where you are. Yes,
is it true that your wife made a special appearance in this video? Is she gonna come say hi?
Hello. Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Sachi. Hi, invisible wife. So, now you said that okay, you don't feel that tall, but everything there is like super small though, right? Like cars are all fairly small, and
I like them, but yeah, like my father-in-law, he had a small little work car. Like it's a Daihatsu. But the only thing I knew about Daihatsu was they made like computers. But yeah, they make cars and everything here. But yeah, I love them. I tried it out. My knees literally like that.
That's very flexible.
But I love it. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
I want one of these. But yeah, then my wife's like, you can't drive that. That's not. No. And then in the Toyota Corolla or the Toyota Camry.
Yeah, that's probably a big car there, right?
It's a big car, but it's considered like the old man car, like Ojichan. So I like the Toyota Camry, but that's considered an old car.
The what?
Ojichan, like a grandpa car, like old man.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So I won't pick that car. So.
Isn't there? Wait. Oh, that's Grandpa Ojo-san. That's grandma, right?
Oji-san Obatsu.
Oh no, that's Queen, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Now that we're speaking language, what did you do to try to learn the language? Like, were you reading a lot? Were you listening to a lot?
So I got these books called Tasha, who's a former skater on Disney Ice. She told me about She told me about these books called Genki.
What's it called?
It's called Genki. Genki.
Oh, Genki. Sorry.
And yeah, Genki. Like happy, but great books. Like they really explain the whole difference between the English and the Japanese, and then how they're using your nouns and all the different vowels and pronunciations and why. And then like they even explain like how a lot of the kanji and stuff's a lot of pictograms. Like you can see pictures inside the
vending machine.
Yeah, so like trees and stuff, like there's a one for a tree, and Yama, like it looks like a mountain if you use your imagination a little bit. So I really discovered a lot. Did I make it through the whole book? No, because I have short-term attention sometimes. But the good thing is, like, I do a little more real life experience, and then I come back to the book. I'm like, oh, okay, now that makes sense,
Right.
And then did a lot of studying on the katakana and the hiragana.
I don't know what that means.
Pictogram. Well, there's three. There's katakana, which uses a lot of English words. Hold on, guy. Anyways, a lot of your English words like television, they use katakana for that, right?
Katakana.
Hiragana is a simplified language, and I may not be correct on this, but anyways, simplified language, and then the kanji is more intense or more.
You could say television in a very intense way.
Yeah. So, well, television is very simple, basic. Okay, guys. So this is part of my business day. The things come in for delivery. It might be a delivery.
So anyway,
Nice.
guys. So Chad, by the way, is.
Okay. So wrong business. Sorry, it's someone else. So then what I did is I just kept doing lines like we did in school. Like, I shouldn't write, bad language on the wall. So I just kept rewriting katakana, hiragana, a, e, e, o, and just tried to study what the pictures look, then to try to use it in real life. And when you apply it in real life, then usually you'll retain it, a lot better. And,
how fluent are you? Would you say like you could understand pretty much everything there? Yeah,
yes and no. Speaking is quite difficult for me still. My daughter helps me out, 3-year-old daughter saying, "Chigao, Papa, chigao." And I'm like, okay, tell me how to say it. And then, come on, okay, I'm Pama, I got it. But yeah, it works. And, I also another app that was good, it's called Me, M-I. And again, Tasha told me about this, and it's a great translator, and it actually translate correctly. Google Translate, it's kind of
it's off.
It's off really bad. So yeah, I did a lot of writing, and I think the key is writing it out and writing it a lot, like 100 times, maybe more, 1,000. And then every time I drive in the car, I'm always looking at the hiragana, katakana characters, and then I'm like saying it out loud. So then it reinforces the learning. And
impressive.
Yeah, it's getting there. I can answer the phone. I can have a basic conversation and this, and have people book a reservation without too much, help. And then people here are very, understanding and warming, and they try as well to understand me. So, and they love English here. So I try to apply a basic English, English conversation to all the lessons. And then with fitness in itself, it helps
language.
Reinforce it for the children too.
Mm-hmm.
Because fitness has a lot of benefits for cognitive awareness and stuff.
Do they speak a lot of English there? I mean, I would assume in the real touristy areas they do, but
not too much. Not Nagoya. Nagoya is quite old-fashioned. I'm learning. So I mean,
do you ever swear at the kids in English because they can't understand? Do you ever swear at the kids in English because they can't understand?
Those are probably the English.
I swear in front of my daughter sometimes, and
sometimes.
It happens.
Have you left Japan since you moved there?
Yeah, went back to Canada a couple times, and every time I go back, my good buddy Teresa tells me you're becoming more Japanese. He goes, "You don't understand the English ways." He's just joking. Give me a hard time.
Would you say the harder part of moving to a different country would be learning the language or learning the customs?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I mean, I think the communication is key for anyone, right? You have to communicate. So yeah, communication is difficult. But the way I'm quite open and receptive to try to learn it. I want to learn it. I do my best every day. It's, a lot of trial and error, and, keep moving forward, So it is an adjustment. It's hard, but hey, that's life, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I don't want an easy life.
Sure. Challenge. I love that. So what do you do now? Like, I mean, we know, but tell people, what do you do now that you live in Japan?
Well, now I'm helping with the skating club. My wife and I, we have our own skating club now, Ice Star Figure Skating Club, and
really?
we have
it's
now.
Your own?
Yeah, we made our own club. We broke.
That's awesome.
Is it just the two of you, or are there other kids that are in the club?
An exclusive club.
No, we were at a main club, and then we moved into our own made our own club with 3 students, and now we have a total of 12 plus many adults and just basic, recreational skaters. So, and that's quite difficult to do here. They trust an older sensei or older coach, young coaches.
Sensei Chad.
Yeah.
Yes, Sensei Chad.
Yeah, they're going to trust a more established coach, and I understand it's a brand. It's like anything. I'm going to trust Toyota. I'm not going to go buy I don't know, Chad car or something like that. I trust. It's everything. I don't know, but yeah, and but we're doing it, and yeah, we got 12 kids now, and great students, mixed from novice B right up to the senior level. And
does the federation pay for skating for them at all, or is it all out of pocket like it is in the States? Because I know Canada, it's a little bit supplemented, is it not?
I think it's all out of pocket. I don't know. I'm still learning all the federation stuff.
Is it all expensive though? Like, I mean, I guess like, are lessons just as expensive in Canada as it is, or in Japan, sorry, as it is, America? I mean,
to my knowledge, they don't have they don't have a cap, but they have an idea of what you should be charging and stuff like that.
Canada has a cap, right?
Canada has a cap.
Not us.
No, not.
Yeah.
I could charge $1,000 an hour for teaching them the wrong stuff, baby.
And nobody
can stop me.
And then but I think the ice fees are a lot pricier here.
Well, yeah, rent's very high there for everything, right?
Yeah. So
that's pretty impressive that you went to a completely different country, and
yeah, and then the kids are pretty warming, to learn. I'm speaking predominantly English to them, and then my broken Japanese too. But I find even I have again this fitness studio as well that we opened up 3 years ago, and we use that for the conditioning part as well as the on ice. So
yeah, so that whole thing's your studio, and yeah. What's it called?
It's called Jumping Bean Cafe and Training. So we had a little bit of a cafe, and then we wanted to incorporate trampolines. There's spring-free trampolines you can see.
And for those of you watching, Chad was very big into coffee when we were on tour. Everything was about coffee, different types. He worked at the coffee stand and fitness.
Yeah.
So then when he first told us that he was opening up a thing and it's coffee and trampolines, we're like, that's so Chad.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
But to be honest, the first day we opened, some ladies was like, I don't understand the coffee and fitness. Why would you do that? I'm like, good point. I don't know, but that's my choice. It's something I want to do. And she goes, okay, well, good luck, because that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, oh, thank you for your input. I appreciate that.
But see, push through, even though somebody.
Yeah, we pushed through. But this other gentleman that came to the cafe, he goes, I like that. He goes, do you know what jumping bean is? And I was like, no, what are you trying to tell me? He goes, do you know the Mexican Mexican hopper bean, whatever? And he goes, that's cool. That's a great name that you've named your studio. And I said, oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I know about that. So,
you didn't even think about that and you named it the jumping bean?
Yeah, I named it the jumping bean just because jumping, trampoline, and coffee bean. That's just what I thought.
Oh my God.
I didn't know about
I thought from the beginning you meant like a Mexican jumping bean.
That's even more awesome.
Of course not.
So you guys started your own club.
Started with the main figure skating club.
Yeah, and then you opened up a cafe.
Yeah.
And
one year we broke away, made our own club, 3 students. Then the next year we made the gym and the cafe, and then now predominantly I'm here at the studio a lot. And then I've started doing pole harness, the fish harness. So I went to Toronto at the cricket club to my good friend Jeff Denisio. He taught me how to use it, and and then brought it back here. And pretty much the only person that does it, other than there's a couple of guys up in Tokyo and Hokkaido, but in Nagoya, no one does the.
I had to do that. So every now and then I'd have to kind of step in and do pole harness, and so skating around with them, especially when they're working on triples and a couple are working on quads, and it's like, oh my God, especially when someone's coming and they whip and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I have to tell them, guys, we're right now we're a team, so you can't just go your way.
Yeah.
Because I'm behind you going,
we got this new student at one time, and they said, go ahead and put her on the pole harness and let her work on triple lutz. Well, I forgot that she's little, but I forgot that she jumps really high. So I was like, all right, well, she's going to need lift for this thing. So I just give her. And she jumps and she's sideways. I was like, oh my God, bam! Yeah. I was like, oops.
I have some other one, like little one. The little ones are the ones that get me sometimes, and like whoa, okay. Yeah. And then you also have the kickers that kick their leg really abruptly, and you don't expect it. You're like,
on a pop.
My shins are gonna get clipped.
Have you gotten snotted on from the pole harness yet? Have you gotten snotted on you?
Yep, I got that. I get that on the floor harness here a lot.
In
the summer because it's really hot here. Like you can have the air conditioning going, and it's still,
So what do you do in your gym? Like, so you've got this gym and you've got trampolines and coffee.
So we had the coffee idea for the parents for young kids that brought them to trampoline. They can go have a coffee and relax, and then I can give them a little bit of a lecture on some little fun tricks you can do on the trampoline. Then for athletes, whether we have some soccer players, volleyballs, and figure skaters.
Oh wow!
And the parents can go sit and have a coffee, and then I'll train them on the go kind of thing. So,
what kind of training do you do there? I mean, is there free weights or is it all more agility? What do you do?
More functional tools. So you have sandbags, TRX.
A lot of body weight stuff.
Yep, I have a Vertimax system.
Oh, that's right. You showed us that. Those are pretty cool.
Agility and speed and jump.
Would a Vertimax help me with my 3-inch vertical?
Maybe. But it's trying to get devices here in Japan that they don't normally have, so it makes the gym more unique versus having the same as everyone else. So
right.
I have to look at a lot.
Are you close to the rink?
No.
Okay.
So there's 3 arenas here, 2 of them which we can skate up. The other one's kind of more, Machiko. Who is it?
No, Andy and Robin do, but they said that last time.
Mao Sato, they all skated there. All the big top ladies, they all skated there. I don't know, it's more of a closed, like that club can skate there, but public can't. Kind of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 arenas. So one's about an hour and a half by traffic, and the other one's about an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's distance, and we don't.
So is that a challenge getting them to your location because it's an hour?
No, I mean they'll go. I mean they're dedicated. They have the trust. They'll come. Yeah.
Crazy parents.
For me, going like this month because of the whole crisis going on. It's been tiring because I do a little bit of online lesson here or personal maybe, and then head over to the arena and then come on back and then do something and then go home, help the family out, and help a new baby.
Now, not talking about your students specifically, but just in Japan, is there are the parents crazy, skate parents, or is it different there? And I mean, I'm not talking about your students at all.
No, I think it's a different type of crazy, but I think everyone's the same. I think we all have our own way of and we may. I think being my first year, I thought it was like, wow, the parents and kids here are so nice. But when you start to live here longer, it's the same. I mean, it may look different, but we're all the same. We're all human, right? So
the kids have the dreams of their parents. Yeah.
There's some monster parents. You'll have them, and we go through that every day. And
Godzilla's.
I feel like that goes with any sport, really.
Yeah, sport. I mean, being a teacher, education.
Yeah.
Even in the workplace, you're going to have that crazy employee, but those things you go through, those experiences, helps make your business stronger, or helps make you a better coach or a better teacher. So yeah.
Are you planning on? Do you have any plans to expand the jumping bean?
Yeah. I mean, if it takes off, I think businesses take a little more time here in Japan. I've started another company with the gym called Inertia Wave, and it's a training tube. Looks like.
Don't say training tube. That bothers me.
So she's just looking at it, on a picture, it just looks like it's just another, a resistance tube. But
it's a bulk help.
but the profile in these things is quite different. And when you, put them in your hands and try and work with the practice, there is a difference. It's not just a resistance tube. So yeah, like, I mean, I've gotten a lot of laughs from it, and here in Japan. But then when I put a trainer or a professional or a client through it, they're like, wow, this thing's intense.
So it from what I've seen, it looks like it's a different version of like battle ropes, right? When you're doing the
battle ropes is all anterior. It's all torque. It's all lifting and sliding.
I don't want interior.
Yeah, but the resistance tube. When you stretch a resistance tube, what do you have to engage? You have to engage a lot of your posterior chain. The tube.
Oh, because it'll pull you back, right?
It'll pull you forward. Yeah. So I mean, if I'm right.
Here we go. This is what I've been waiting all week for. Here we go.
And I stretch this tube. I'm feeling that resistance forward, right? So I have to engage my posterior chain to keep those tubes, taut or tension on them.
So you have to really engage your butt when you're tugging on your tubes. Is what you're saying.
So how was inertia weight? Like, how did you get started with that? Where did you hear it? Or did
a friend of mine in Canada, my trainer that I
Dave Parise.
Well, no. Before I met Dave Parise, but I met this guy in Canada that taught me, and I was like, what are those tube things you're moving? They look pretty cool, because I have a battle rope. And then he told me about it, and then I emailed inertiarate.com, and then got in touch with Dave and found out, long story short, we all kind of know some fellow colleagues, so that's kind of cool. So I ordered
Zach Parise, the hockey player?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's a hockey player, but someone of the family is a hockey player.
Yeah, Zach Parise is a famous hockey player.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang, he's even more famous.
And he knew my skating partner when I competed. Her sister's husband is Francis Weaver, which played for the Dallas Stars.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that. No, Walt, wait, wasn't it Walthier? Or,
Welthier, sorry. Yeah.
Come on, you don't even know your friend's name. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Walthier. Yeah,
Francis.
Francis.
That's right, he kept getting sent down to the minors, and
That's
you were buddies with him. Yeah.
Man, you're more famous than we even thought you were.
No.
So,
we knew you were famous.
This is another business, so you're like the Japan
distributor. Yep. Sole distributor.
That's awesome.
And I bought it in 2018, tried it out myself. I said, wow, this is pretty cool. The last product I liked in fitness was TRX. I was a big fan of TRX. This is the next thing. I like it.
I haven't found anything I've really liked since the shake weight, but will that?
I mean, the shake weight, was multifunctional.
I think it would change your life. Yeah, for sure. Hey, if you do the thumbs up method, look.
Here we go.
Thumbs up, right?
Yeah.
Thumbs up, right?
Shake weight.
But shake weight.
Can you sell a mini one of those and it's only like 3 feet long? And
That's a good question, though. A lot of people ask, like, oh, do you have a shorter, like the tube in shorter length? But I guess with how it's been produced or researched, it does need a specific length to the crest, the isolating tubes, how they crest and trough. So there is a specific length that they have to be to have that metabolic effect.
And I've seen you attach it to a car, right? People can just attach it to an anchor point.
Yeah. So what I did is even have my own students do it. So you take a pole, right? And then you take, I have a strap here. So you put this in your trunk of your car, right? And then you just.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? Then close the trunk, be very gentle, and then make sure the strap's out. And then attach the carabiner, right? You can't see that.
I worry about the small Japanese cars, though, that you're going to tear the trunk off.
You're just going to pull the car.
I tried actually on the family's car, but yeah, it works. Oh yeah, and then you just attach the tube and the carabiner, and then you're ready to go. Yeah, Dima, right? Mike Demalente?
Yeah, Mike Demalanta.
He has one. He tried it. He showed me. He puts it on his trunk of his car. It's cool. He puts cushions on the end of it. He doesn't close the trunk, but he had it on the back of the car. It was awesome. I saw it.
Awesome.
How long do you, I mean, I know there's a ton of workouts you can do, but how long is the average workout that you have to do with inertial weight?
I mean, you can be anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. I mean, 15 minutes is really, you're going to be maxed out. I mean, I'm good with 5, you know, just on a busy day.
Right.
And I can do a series of them. And then there's that thing called exercise post-oxygen consumption. It's quite exponentially high. That 24-hour period where you're continually burning calories.
Really?
Which is great. The next product that can do that is a jump rope. We all know jump ropes, but this is more effective and less tension. You're not jumping. I can't jump on my knees anymore. They're not
as good. You on the jumping beam.
That's why I got the trampolines. I can jump there, but I can't.
Yeah, see? Low impact.
I guess
low impact, yeah.
Thing is it more for an aerobic workout, or is it like tension while you're holding your core strong? For
high intensity training. So
like HIIT.
The market is very popular about high intensity training, where we talk about CrossFit. We talk about functional training studios throughout America and the world. It even gets into rehabilitation. I use it for a lady. I have a lady that comes once in a while. She has what do you call it?
A goiter.
No, you start to lose your memory.
Dementia? Alzheimer's?
Dementia, Alzheimer's.
They have those people like that in Japan? I thought they all had they lived to be 200.
I know, I mean, it's the diet though. I mean, they eat exceptionally well here. I love it.
Yeah.
But this lady, she has, she comes to me and you have to be careful about their heart rate spiking when you're working with a client like that, but they do feel more engaged cognitively. This is also very cognitively engaged because you don't just, rope, it just moves. It's dead, right? This, you're trying to put the energy, you're trying to keep the energy in the center of the tube, right? And you're trying to make that crest of that tube moving up and down. And it does take a bit of timing and rhythm. Some kids, I'll show you. I have some friends that will do this. And they're like, and you're like, no, that's not how you want to do it. Like, and then you're like, oh no, I'm getting it. You need to drive your elbows back. You need to feel like you're shaking water off your hands, right? And you really want to keep that energy in the center of the tube. So it's giving you constant feedback the whole time. Here in Japan, we have a lot of MMA fighters, Ryzen, K1 stars.
Yeah, K1. Yeah, it's big over there.
Yeah, K1 champion, actually. He uses this year, 2020 K1 champion. Uses
Those fights are crazy to watch over there, too, because watching the difference from America to over there where the whole crowd's just silent as everyone's just beating snot out of each other.
Yeah.
It's
bizarre. Really? I haven't even watched it.
Remember, it's just like, you're like, oh, is it empty? No, it's full. They're just dead quiet.
But I watched some of the matches. They're pretty loud. Like the K1.
Oh, really? Then that might have been older than back in early 90s I was watching.
No, but there may be, it's new to me too. So I'm watching a lot more because I have a few fighters that are using it. So I'm like, oh, I got to watch this, like, hey, Sachi, I got to watch the fight tonight. I would never watch boxing, or fighting and martial arts. But
really?
I love it.
You got to get into it, Chad.
Yeah.
So, you, do you work out at your own gym a lot, or is it just kind of you happen to work while you're
the metabolic type of training, high intensity? I'll do that throughout my breaks, and then weight training. I'll go to a community gym. They're quite affordable. $3, and you can have a full access to a full gym, and versus paying a membership, which I just hate sometimes buying into. I don't have the time as a family person, so I like to control when I can get to the gym and stuff. And there's less paperwork for Japan for international people. So yeah, it works. Paid $3, go up to the gym, and
his wife and just looks really strong next to everyone.
You'd be surprised though. Like there's some pretty intense workout guys there.
I bet. Fitness is big there, right?
Oh yeah, it is. And I still get some of the weird ones that some of the weird things I see. Like they have the vibration machines, you know, the little strap.
Yeah. Oh, the old things?
Oh yeah, but they promote it like, yeah, but they promote it like it's the best thing ever. Like, you know, 24-hour fitness gym has a whole bunch of them lined up. I'm like,
maybe there's something to it.
Maybe there is.
Might be a therapeutic massage, therapeutic.
Do that with the inertia wave.
What's that?
Do that with the inertia wave.
Yeah. See, I'm trying.
Right there.
So what's it like? You mentioned it to us just briefly. So Japan's now on a lockdown, same as here?
Yeah, most major cities, but it's not. It's still kind of. I still feel like a gray zone. Mm-hmm. You know, use your discretion.
But everyone there wears masks already, right? Pretty much for this.
I mean, it's just normal. It's not like everyone's gone out and hoarded a whole bunch of masks. We always have them. Use them for allergies. You know, if you have allergies, if you don't want to wear makeup that day for women, it's great. Put on a mask. Still be professional, and you know, I don't need to put on.
And nobody asks. That's crazy. It's weird here.
Yeah, that'd be for me. It'd be like, why are you wearing a mask? I asked my wife, like, I'm a little scared. Like, I'm on the ice arena with her, and I'm like, I'm a little scared. Like, I don't know what you're thinking.
I've been wearing a mask lately too, and it's so strange. Like the first time you put it on, you're like, this is weird. People are gonna think I'm robbing the store. And like I walk in, I was like, oh, okay, there's about 30% of people wearing a mask. Now it's about 50%. Everyone's wearing a mask now and gloves. It's just weird.
But I tried it at nighttime, and I never thought about this, but my wife told me to wear it for moisture. So during the wintertime, you know, it's very dry, and I get a dry throat. Put the mask on, creates moisture during the night, so you don't have that dry cough. And you don't wake up all kind of like, you know, in the morning. And it works. And it, you know, it's not 100% like, wow, you know, it's medicine, but it's great as a form of therapeutic for nighttime to keep that moisture.
Can you just write down like a list of all these Japanese secrets? Because like there's so many things. Everyone's like, oh, they live to be 100. Yeah, because there's like 20,000 things that they do that are secret.
Yeah, it's just some things like I'm like, wow, I never thought that would, you know, that works. It just makes sense. Like everything I go, wow. My Sachi's like, it's okay, it's just normal. I'm like, no, this is wow factor for me.
Have you had any like awkward stories or anything happen to you since you've been there? I'm sure you have.
I mean, I had one on tour. I have many, but I don't know where to start. I had one I had on tour, right? So they had you know those new Dyson hair blow dryers to dry.
Yeah, the ones you put your hands in and then.
Yeah, so I think it was at an airport or something, or it was somewhere, and I went into the washroom and I was like, "Where's the toilets?" And I'm like the urinals, and I'm like, "Oh, there they are," because they had 15 of these things all against the wall. So I'm going. I'm like, okay, wow, this is really tall for Japan. and I'm trying to. You know, go to the bathroom, and then this Japanese gentleman comes around the corner, and he's like, "Oh, that's not a urinal. Okay, yeah, right, there." But what the hell was I thinking, really? Like, I mean, come on. Like, I never saw at the time. I never saw these Dyson.
They were brand new.
Did you actually go, or did you stop yourself before?
Oh, I had my pants going down. I was going to do the deed.
Oh, but you didn't actually pee.
No. Yeah, no. It was awkward because the Japanese gentleman came around the corner and he's like, "What are you doing?" Like, you know, kind of face.
I don't know if you want to get into it, but I remember barely remember you told me a story about like your first time at the onsen. I don't know if you want to get into that or not.
Onsen. Yeah. What did I tell you like about?
Wasn't it with her dad or something?
Well, yeah.
The family?
I went as a family, and so, you know, I mean, you take your kids, everything. Everyone could go to the onsen together. So, you know, I don't have kids at that time. So, yeah, it's a little different for me because you're literally, you're in your birthday suit and you're with the kids and family and you're just all, you know, hey, chummy, you know, like, and it's, for me, I like my little personal space. So it's new to me. And then, you just ask random, you know, personal questions, you know, with the family, but you're sitting there, you know, in your birthday suit. And the kids are sitting on your lap. But now, you know, taking my own daughter, like I've taken her to the onsen, and it's just normal. Hey, Daddy, let's go. You know, you know, and we sit down. You sit on a little stool about this height. You know, my knees are up to my face. You know, and doing the washing thing, and then I wash little Mia, and then we're off into the onsen. You can watch, you know, a sumo game. I wish you could watch hockey while you're there, but they don't do hockey here.
You can bring your phone and do it, I guess, right?
No, you can't bring phones in there.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, because of cameras and stuff.
Well, especially Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have two questions to ask. One, can you explain the thought process behind on D30, our show, when we're lined up, all the princes and princesses, and you, Prince Charming, look over and see me, Belle's prince, with my pants on the side, right, about 3 or 4 inches. Why
don't we set the stage?
Well, I just did. So we're doing this show.
In our show. In
the Disney on Ice show. We're doing this thing, and all the princes.
It was Valentine's Day.
Okay, great.
It was a Valentine's Day number, and so that's why all the prince and princesses were out. Okay,
and all the princes are lined up diagonally, and the princesses are across from them, and we're all supposed to bow down. But before that, my pants, which zipped up on the side, had come unzipped. And I didn't notice this. Now, Mr. Kind Prince Charming next to me.
We were standing like this, and we're like, here's Mickey. Oh, hey, and I was like, his zipper's down. About today, and I'm like, and then can you not? Brent's like, what are you doing? I was like, sorry, you know, and I was like, your zipper's undone. Just tell me, you know. Like,
you already got it up. And
and we're presenting, you know, the star of the show, Mickey Mouse. And but the thought process is like, dude doesn't know his zipper's undone. He has to stand prince-like. But why the fuck why? Why? So I did it. I said I wasn't going to do that. But
it's okay.
So then why the hell am I doing this? But, you know, I'm being, you know, the charming person I am, and, you know, I got to do it up for him because he can't move. He's the Belle Prince. He can't move, but he can. But, you know.
But I can just go like this.
It's okay. You know, but then I got the note from, you know, Mr. Butcher. So what were you doing? You know, and I was trying to.
This is the first inertia wave.
Ta-da.
Oh, is that video not up anymore?
No, it's not online anymore.
We should have saved it.
I know, because I didn't know how to save YouTube videos.
I think we have it on our end of year video.
Oh, you know what? I have that upstairs.
Right. So we can post
because Nina's sister was the one that had it on YouTube. And that's where I used to search it, and it's gone now.
Oh,
I'll see what I can pull it up. We'll post that on our YouTube channel.
But yeah, that was the thought process. He can't, for some reason, that's what I was thinking. First thing, he can't do a zipper because he's a prince, but then what am I? You know, and so yeah, I went up and did I did do it. Slap the hand. Sorry.
Before we get into your new family life, can you tell your Sarah story?
So yeah, Sarah's story, and I even had one here. Because I was on the swings. But anyways, I don't remember that one totally. But so we were in Texas,
Wichita Falls.
Yeah, the state of Texas. Where was it?
Wichita Falls.
Right, and we had a get together barbecue, and you know, we all have a little drink, a little bubbly and stuff, and so I had to go to the washroom. And went to the washroom. There's this kid on the swing, and I came out and I was like, I'm gonna go on the swing too. I didn't think any of it. It's just me. Keep it to myself. So I'm like, hey, let's go, woo, woo. And I'm swinging this little girl over there, and then this mom like comes out of the bathroom, and Kitty and I was like, Sarah, get over here, right? She had a bit more profundity, right? But she's like, get away from that man. That's a creeper, dude. Get away from him. You know, like all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, like she thinks I'm a pedophile. Like, what the hell? Like, I just want to go on the swing. I'm a little drunk. I'm happy. I'm not looking at your daughter or anything like that. Right? And then like the girls, I'm coming, mommy, you know, and I'm like, bye. I said bye too.
You know? We drove to, maybe I told you this on our last Zoom. We drove to Colorado last year to go see Charlie and Joe. And on our way from Dallas, we drove through Wichita Falls, and I was like, Joan, over there, there's the swing set. That's the playground where Sarah happened.
Yeah, because I don't know if, was this just the guys? Was this the
No,
guys?
you were injured.
I know, but was this just the guys or was this everybody? Was this the whole cast?
You know, the weird thing is I wasn't at that party because I drove back to Texas or back to Dallas to be home with her because she was out. So was it a boys' party or was it the whole cast having a party?
It was a whole cast. I think it was a whole. Well, it started to be the boys, right? Then the whole cast came after.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Well, I wasn't there because I was injured. So
I think that's why you weren't there, because you were taking care of. Joan.
Yeah.
So,
but I had the same. But then now, like ever since that, like I had the same kind of issue. So the harness, right? So I'll just use a tube as an example. The harness, like the pole harness, you have those hooks that slide up and down.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, see what's in a hook. I get it. Hook. I get it. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about, coach? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to reach in front of you and take that draw out all. Yeah. So I have those awkward moments, like, I'm trying to, like, I'm always aware of it, and I'm always like showing my hands. There are those monster moms that are like, he's touching my daughter. I'm not doing anything. I'm like, hands up, and I adjust, and then I'm like,
amazing.
And then my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want the parents to think, I'm broken anyway. It's like, why do you even think of that? But it's just me.
Yeah,
because you kind of just have to be careful. You have to be aware.
Yeah. So the biggest when I first worked with a little skater here in Japan, I'm like, you see these little hooks, these little silver hooks? You need to put them up on top of your shoulder. That's your job.
Give it to them.
I don't blame you. Or sometimes you let the harness go, right? And you tell them to hook themselves.
Yeah.
And you pull it up.
Yeah. So I got some of the older ones to do that. So
you just brought home a little baby boy.
Yay!
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
To go along with the little girl.
The little girl. Yeah. What it was funny. I was talking to a good friend, a coach of mine in the summer when I went to Canada. I was like, I really want a baby boy. And his dad's like, oh, no more kids. Like, this world's crazy. Don't have any kids. No, just one more. It's okay. And I said, but no, not right now. We're not going to, we're going to wait a little bit longer, to me, maybe 5 years. But came home and found out, pregnant and a little short spacing.
Yeah.
But Mia being almost 4, she's good. She really helps out. She wants to be part of it. And we brought this little gaffer home, and he's a sleeper right now. I'm like, are you okay? He's sick.
Yeah.
And then everything's, as a parent, going through, like, and my wife's like, calm down. He's not sick. He's just,
Well, because you're always looking in to make sure, like, you're not dead, are you? Are you okay?
I put my head down to his mouth because it's just like, like, dude, are you okay?
But you don't want to wake him up, right?
Yeah. So, I don't want to wake him up, but now I'm okay with waking him up because he wakes up and then he's back to sleep again. So, but that could change. Hey, Mia was not a sleeper. She was up all night, and she's a little girl. So,
well, every time whenever you post a picture of Mia, I have to admit that I'm showing pictures of her to Jack, and I was like, hey, buddy. Isn't she cute?
She's cute.
Because I really want Chad as an in-law. This is all I want. So I was like, he's like, yeah, she is, Daddy. It's like,
good job, boy.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful with her because on the elevators, speaking of the Sarah thing, like a lot of old men, they like, oh, she's cute. Kawaii. I'm like, hey.
You're like,
because she has long eyelashes, and a lot of these little girls don't have a lot of eyelashes, but Mia's are extremely long, and they're right there.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah, she is.
You guys make cute babies.
And
cute babies.
What's that?
You have 2 cute babies.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
We'll see once the swelling goes down. We have to see what the kid looks like. like Jack, like full-on Japanese when he was born, and then all the swelling went down.
It's crazy how they change. Like, I look back on Mia's pictures, like just fresh newborn. I'm like, ooh, like.
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh, it's so different. I don't remember you looking like
right.
that. I think I'm going to do the same with Liam.
Right.
Yeah.
I love how you wrote Liam on your Facebook post the other day too.
Well, yeah, because everyone's asking me here. It's like, how do you spell your child's name? I said it's Liam. I know in Japan it's Riam. So.
There you go.
That is
just made it easier.
It makes me so happy.
But they can't say L, right? So they don't have the L.
I have no comment on that, Chad. So how's family life though over there? Is it great?
Yeah, family life is good. You know, the first child, it was, you know, they don't know how I'm going to be as a dad, so there was a lot of like, you need to do this, you need to do this, and a lot of, you know, like not screaming but intense.
Get away from that chick. Get away from that man.
You have to do more. You know, you have to be a better dad. And I said, yeah. And then they saw how I took care of Mia, and then you know, and you know, you learn. Oh, okay, this is who he's going to be. So the second child, yeah, it's easier. You know, it's, you know, it's a little less stressful, and the process, you know, every month.
Is there a lot of family around to help
I
out?
was just gonna ask that.
Yeah. Yeah, great family support from Sachi's side, and helps out a lot. And then she has some cousins, or like Mia has cousins, so they're a lot older. One's 10 and the other one's 7, 8. So they're like, you know, big sister for Mia, and then, you know, they can all help each other out. So it's good, you know, and then they keep each other amused while your focus is on the newborn or work or the craziness, trying to schedule how you're going to change your work to adapt to how the world is now. So yeah, and you know, you think about bringing a new child into this, like it's a little like, oh no, but good timing, because you know, we're all busy. We're all busy 24 hours, always doing something. And now you're given a chance to kind of, you know, reset, you know, or and take that time to be with your family. I've had more family time than I ever had in the 5 years of being here. So it's great. You know, I'm trying to turn a negative into a positive. Like, it's great, this thing, because you can now have a little bit more. What's important? Family. Family is number one, I think. You know, and friends, and how we connect. It's going to be ever so important to keep that connection. And we're given some time. You know, so it's good.
Mia goes to school, right? The schools are still open there, or are they not anymore?
Mia's school, I know they call it Hoikwen, which is like a daycare, 0 to 6 years. Hoikwen, they're open still, because if there is a family member that needs to work at home, you know, you can have your child, you know, in daycare while you're doing your at-home work, which we all know as parents is, if your kid's at home, you can't do at-home work. You know, you're doing a live conference call and your kid's like, oh, you know, hey, like, oh, hey. You know.
I still love that video of that. Was he British or whatever? He was on BBC. Remember, they cut to him, and then the kids come walking in, and the wife's freaking out and yanking.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought it was the maid. It was the wife. I thought it was the maid. He had a maid there. That was...
Well, I think it's the wife, because the kids looked half Asian, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Come on, Chad, you should know these things.
Oh yeah, you know, you have your daughter, and she comes, you know, sticks a finger up your nose, like, Daddy, look at Emily, and you're on a conference call. Yeah,
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, so because Sachi's home with the little one, we just said, let's just keep her home from the daycare, because I mean, this is like a bacteria.
Right.
Bacteria zoo. All the guys are like, fun. There's kids to infect. So, and then yeah, it's been a little scary, because there has been 2 daycare centers that the whole center is infected. All the little kids, 0 to 3, and then the teachers are all. They all have the.
Oh, geez, that's a mess.
So yeah, I mean, it's good to stay home, you know, if you can, and they encourage that for the parents to do that. So we've done that. So we'll see. Maybe another month. I don't think so, but another month, kids are supposed to go back to school. But.
Aside from going to Canada, have you guys been able to take any vacations?
Before we had Mia, we went back to Hawaii and
Nice.
Nice.
And then we've done some at-home country vacations too. So it's good.
So you
see a lot of the countryside. A lot of the countryside it's beautiful here. Sometimes I'm like, wow, is this Canada? Or, you know, yeah, and then like there's this one city near this ice skate camp that we go to, and it's like Canada Cafe, Canada Coffee House, and there's like big moose ears. I'm like, oh my gosh! But it's a big German, but it's actually a German village.
Oh, really?
It's funny, I have German.
Well, look at that.
But it's yeah, there's a lot of German culture and German restaurants, but then there's a lot of like little cafes that say Canada. Like they should get the A on there, but they don't.
Are there any Tim Hortons over there or no?
No.
Sorry, Chad.
I said to my wife, I said, what about Tim Hortons? No, Tim Hortons would not last in Japan. They'd be like, that coffee's like garbage. Yeah,
Start bringing it in to your cafe.
I should, yeah, but I bet, yeah, I know the clients here, they wouldn't.
Do you have a vending machine outside of your gym?
Yeah, jirahambaki. That's what they say in Japanese. Jirahambaki.
I'm talking about one of those.
Oh, Brent.
Oh no. We have a dollar. We have dollar one. A dollar we fund drinks. No, I've seen those. Yeah. There's one. Can I talk about one of them? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's one. Okay. It was on the news too. You can get used underwear.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, they have that. I can't believe that. It's like. They were talking about it like it's a big thing, and I told my wife about it.
Is that actually going to be your other business where you're going to stock your own in there? You're going to put your own used underwear and see if any ladies want to buy?
Post workout.
Oh.
Sure, here you go.
It'd be perfect.
Meet there.
Yeah, meet there, look.
Oh my God. Well, we want to come out and visit because
well, you're always welcome. Anyone's welcome here. I've had a couple of friends, Andy and Robin.
Yeah.
Lots of came, and good to see them. Yeah, life's busy here when it's normal, and it's hard to see friends, but we always try and make a little time.
Is there an off season for you or a downtime that's like better for you?
Well, this is April, May.
Okay, you're like next pandemic come by. Like.
No, usually April, like because my good buddy wanted to come to another one, and Sachi said, yeah, it's on June. June's a good time.
When's Sakura? Is that already happening? When's Sakura?
Sakura is March, so it just happened now. It's starting to fall. March is not a bad time either. You want to come around the end of March, first part of April, but it is rain season a little bit. It's funny how rain brings in the hot weather, but then rain brings the hot weather out. It's kind of funny. Like it's like a month of just typhoon, like tsunami, not tsunami, though, monsoon raining.
Yeah.
It's just nonstop. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you definitely don't want tsunami there. That's not good.
Yeah, sorry, not tsunami, monsoon.
Yeah. We want to go to Thailand. That's where Andy and Robin are convincing us to go.
Yeah, that's good too. It's short for me. Maybe someday we can.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you. Just quit your job. It's fine.
Okay, but yeah, we need to make another family. We need to have another good family vacation. Liam's little.
I know, and Jack needs a date.
He needs a date, and Mia loves boys, so I gotta.
Perfect.
There you go.
She's at the daycare, and I'm like, and she's like, she likes this one boy, right? He's got like nose drill coming down his mouth, all the way. I'm like, don't kiss him. What does she do? I'm like, then a week later, you're sick. I'm like, don't kiss him.
He's got COVID.
Nose water all the time. Poor kid. Like, I feel bad for him. He's got nose water like 24/7. Every time I see him, he's just like.
Wait, hang on. Is it Hanamizu?
Hanamizu, yes. Hanamizu.
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Nose water.
He's just got it going. Always coming out. He always greets me. He's like, hi. Or, hi. Konnichiwa. I'm like, oh, you poor kid.
Ew.
Yeah, all the time. Like, I'm like, teacher, get the tissue, wipe that shit. Like,
yeah.
but Mia's always kissing him, and I'm like, yeah. Always a week later, she's got a bug.
Yeah.
Gross.
So do you sell the inertia wave?
Yeah, sell it here in Japan, and then for all you guys in the States and Canada, but especially for the friends in the States, you can go to inertiawave.com.
But what if I want to order it from you so you get paid?
You need to buy from the States because the shipping and all that stuff, it's more economical for you. So I'm for Japan, right? I'm
a distributor. But what if I want my stuff strictly made in Japan? I don't want that cheap American crap.
It's the same stuff. I'm buying it from the States. Dude. No, you want to go to the States and buy it there, and there's always some. If you use that code JustWave, you can get a special deal too. So,
really?
The friends in the States. So
Just wave. How about?
No, there's a lot of good blogs on it, and you can read about the research on it, and it's fantastic. And then for the Canadian friends, there's a distributor there as well. His name's Kevin. He's out in Winnipeg, and he's good too. Check him out.
Up in the peg.
But, Nursery, they got a nice. I don't know if they still have it on the website, but they had a limited edition with the American flag on it. It's really nice. Look really impressive for those it was a tribute to the men and women that served, and that was a great too. But all the colors are the same. So no matter what color you get, they're all the same tension. Where TheraBand tubes, usually
Oh yeah.
strength, but the nurse wave, it's all the same. You just want to pick. You want to pick either a single unit or a 2-person. I preferably like the single person unit just because I want to control my fitness.
Right.
This level, but hey, if you want to change up your fitness, get both. They're quite affordable, very affordable, I think. And there's a huge sale on right now too. And then you can use the 2-person device, and it's great for for you guys or for me, husband and wife workout. Improves communication skills. It does take timing and rhythm between each other. You just can't overpower your wife or your wife overpower you, or your friend. You have to work together with the unit. So that's the difference. There's a little bit of difference between the duo and the single unit. But the single unit, I mean, it can go everywhere. I've taken it on an airplane, carry-on bag. Those straps, carabiners, all TFA approved. So they don't have an issue with it. So you stick it in your bag, maybe on the airplane, you'd be like, yeah, woo!
You get a workout in.
Maybe now it's okay, but because they just want someone on the plane. But yeah.
You said they're all the same tension?
Yeah,
So
all the same tension. Just a different color. Like some people like blue. I like.
Because I guess if you want more work, you just back up more, right?
Yeah.
And you stretch it out more.
Yeah, I mean, it's the max you want to go is about 11 feet, just a little bit over. If you keep stretching, it's going to put a little bit of awareness down.
I don't know why I was thinking you need like 30 feet or something. So 11 feet is
11 feet. So it's perfect social distancing, right?
There you go. So you can just measure out.
You just measure out. I got the tube. I am social distancing apart, So I'm about 11 feet back, and then you just want to get that tension on the tube. If you don't have enough tension, it looks kind of wobbly.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't feel engaging. When you get back enough with that tension, you'll hear that wind sound.
Yeah. You hear it, yeah.
Yeah, if you hear that wind sound, you know you've hit it right?
Yeah.
And my most favorite exercise, which I highly recommend, whether you're using 1 tube or 2 tube, is the transverse plane crossfire.
Oh, that's all core, right?
What's that?
Core? It's all core.
Oh, I mean, it's whole body, but yeah, much more engagement throughout the whole body. And yeah, extreme core. And then super typhoon, anti-rotation, where you're against, now you're turning, slightly quarter turn right, doing the same type of thing.
Yes.
Wow. So do you see a lot of people rehab with it?
With that?
Do a lot of people use that for rehab?
Yeah, it's great for rehab. We've had professional NFL players here in Japan, Panasonic rugby team.
Oh yeah. You went to one of those games, didn't you?
What's that?
You went to one of those games recently, right?
Yeah, it was a good game. The biggest game in rugby history.
Yeah, they televised it here.
It's crazy. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen so many people in one area. It's a good thing the timing though. Jeez.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's fantastic for rehab. If you can use, we've even had wheelchair athletes. Battle ropes, can be kind of dangerous especially for wheelchair. This thing offers, a tube that they can hold on to. There's safety wrist straps even for the single unit if you request.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I've seen it. Very versatile, from one area to the next. And
right.
You can make it as intense as you want it. You want it extremely intense, you got it. Within, less than just under 90 seconds, your heart rate spiked. I'm out of breath. Just showing a little bit right now. I'm
out of breath getting out of bed, so hopefully.
Some training.
But you want to work on your cardiovascular system, this is the way to do it. It reaches all energy systems all together at the same time. Strength, anaerobic.
That sounds awesome.
And eccentric, concentric, it's all working together. For a lot of exercises you're doing in training, usually only picking one energy system and training that. This, you're getting everything in one. And Yale University put out a good paper on it. And then there's famous trainers, Gunnar Peterson, works with the LA Lakers, put on many good reviews about how great the product is. And just, you know, anyone's on the Instagram, take a look at the Instagram page. There's a ton of stuff. Nurse Wave official. So much, seeing so many, you know, professional leagues and players, Hollywood stars. Seeing it. It's a great home gym, and for the stay-at-home time, it's perfect. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can do it in my space of a small space mansion, they call them mansions here. Yeah, I mean, you can make it work. You just have to be creative. You know, don't make excuses. See what you can do with it. Sometimes, yeah, you can't do everything, but there's always a way to hook it up. There's over 100 ways to hook this thing up to a pole fence.
And what's that promo code?
Just Wave.
Just Wave.
JUSTWAVE. I can send it to you, but yeah, Just Wave. So you just enter it in the code box. It's for US only though, eh?
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, maybe we will.
Yeah, and you can write on a message, say, Chad Westgate.
Will do.
Yeah, so that helps too. Helps me. You don't have to come get in Japan. Just get it from where your country is. It's fantastic.
Sweet.
Helps everyone. We're a whole team. Nurse Raise a whole team. So yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Chad.
I know.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking with you guys and everyone that's watching. I love your episodes, guys. It's fantastic. I every time I break working out, I watch you guys on your show. So it's fantastic.
Awesome.
Thanks, Chad.
Hang on for just a couple minutes for a quick chat. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.